And everyone, thank you for tuning in to Let's Get Personal with Latanya Light on Vision Radio 105.1 FM. We are in the studio today. We are having an awesome show. I am so excited, you guys. And this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes. I want to also say good morning to my co-hosts, Renee and Ray. Good morning, ladies. And Ray, we missed you.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody was asking about you. Okay, so I'm happy to have you back, sister.
I'm glad to be back. It was rough, but I'm here.
I love you, Ray.
I love you too, Nene.
I am so happy today, Ray. I was trying not to sweat you or nothing, but really, I'm like, my Ray back.
I love it.
Look, it's okay to sweat. It's okay to sweat when we love each other.
Yeah. How was y'all week?
Ray, go ahead.
It was a busy week coming back. I had to go back home back to back. So I was there 2 weeks in a row. But it was nice. I got to be with my family. But coming back was rough. But I'm here. But I made it through. Thank you, Lord.
Made it. Yes.
I love it.
So good to see you today, sister. Okay, I'm over it.
Oh my gosh, you guys already know what I'm gonna say. I'm amazing. Yes, I am. I'm amazing.
That's right.
I'm super hyped about today. Super hyped about what's getting ready to happen in this studio. It's so much power in the studio. Do y'all feel it?
Come on.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I feel like I'm at a game or something, right? So it is game day, okay? But I'm so excited. I'm excited because my scripture this week that I meditated on was Philippians 4:13, and actually I have new music coming out. So I just been playing it over and over again. That says I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And I mean, when you really think about that, I mean that's a verse that we probably read, we know, but there's nothing that I can do without Christ. And then guess what? If I have obstacles, then that means I can do it. I can't handle it, but through Christ, I can do all things. I'm celebrating today, too, because I'm meeting my health and wellness goals.
Hey!
And you 7 pounds down, baby. All right. Yes.
Y'all hear that, ladies? We got to get on our health. Hey, y'all, I want y'all to stay tuned because we're going to come back with my special guest, Kerri Baldwin.
Woo! Kerri. Hey, I know already. Won't he do it? I don't even know.
Say good morning, y'all.
Right. Good morning. Okay, so listen, for our live audience, this is our guest. You're going to hear from her. The actress. Good morning. The voice.
You always got to get a picture with her.
So, I need to bring that out. Listen, you see all this fire in the studio? Fire, guys, fire. So we're having a ball in the studio. We're up this morning getting ready. Jerry, I love you so much. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to talk to you later because we're going to see something in a few minutes. You guys stay tuned. It's a powerful show. You don't want to miss it. Get your hair done. Awesome music. And then I have my sister from C Rapids. I will talk more about that. But 8th grade, you guys, she's been around with 8th grade from the IA to the GA. What's her name? Y'all hear this music? Won't he do it? Come on, let's do it. Won't he do it? Hey girl. I was like, she's gonna be like, where is she?
Everybody. Oh, my baby is Kerri J. And I seen it too. Ray, you are so funny. Ray, you so crazy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all.
That's a beautiful chocolate woman right there. I like this song. Look, what comes out of Iowa? This We got y'all.
My cup is spilling. My sins, he picked up the billing. When you got my enemies chilling, he made a way. I know get the feeling. I do whatever, just ask me to love you.
Good morning, everyone. Listen, this is going down. This is only the beginning, y'all. This is what we gotta remember where we come from. Remember to stay connected. So I can go down and tell y'all.
And then
I love them. All right, guys. That's the 30 second.
Oh, we're getting ready to go on, so let's do it.
hello, welcome back, you guys, to Vision 105.1 FM radio. Like I told you guys, I have a special guest. Her name is Kerri J. in the house.
Good morning.
Kerri, good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How's
You
everybody
look
doing
beautiful
this morning?
as
Thank
always.
You. So do you. I
Thank
still
you.
feel like I'm asleep.
You do?
It takes
It's
me
so
a minute.
early.
Oh. Every single day. It takes me a minute, but I'm here.
You guys, I just want to say, we have Kerri J in the house, and I met her a couple years ago. She's my cousin Michael Head's best friend, and we had a get-together. And when I met Kerri, she was so beautiful inside and out. Because you know how sometimes you see them really, really pretty girls, and they be kind of a little snoozy.
I'm
No, but this is a beautiful young lady. She came right in, talking, hugging. We connected right away. So I just love good people. Kerri, now you've been doing a lot of things in the community, outside the community. You're acting. You're a single mother of 2 beautiful kids.
Yes.
All right. Tell me. And also, you are a woman advocate. So I want to hear.
I am.
Tell everyone about you, honey.
First, I want to preface, and thank everybody for having me today. Anytime
My
I'm
pleasure.
top of mind for somebody, joining in on their projects or their plans, it's always very humbling to me. So please know that I'm grateful that you all invited me to be here. And
Thank you.
I'm able to share, learn from you, and obviously you all learn from me. So thank you. This is such truly a blessing.
My pleasure.
So, gosh, I've been acting since I was 5. I'm from New Jersey. AC represent. All right. My AC people out there watching.
Yeah, I've been in a
Everybody's
lot of
still
New
asleep.
Jersey.
Okay.
Listen, my auntie lives in New Jersey. Come on, Hackensack.
Yeah, okay. I live in Hackensack.
See, look at there.
Right. So, grew up in theater under the tutelage of Joanna Lassane. Really where I kind of owned my skill set. Did a lot of different things back home, from pageantry. I played a lot of sports, acting, modeling. And when I decided to go to college, I didn't want to major in theater. Simply because I had been in theater. So I wanted to, quote unquote, and I always tell people this, take kind of the academic route, if you will. I had a really, really huge sports background, having played everything in high school. So I majored in journalism and communications.
Oh, okay.
So, most people know, I used to be a sportscaster. And maybe y'all didn't know that. Something else about me. So I went to the University of Maryland. Go Terps!
All right.
I will be back for homecoming in a couple weeks, y'all, so get ready.
Okay.
But I did, so I started at WJLA, which is an ABC affiliate in D.C.
Okay.
And I worked alongside, at the time, the lead sportscaster. His name was Rennie Knott. Now, this is when North Turner was the coach of the Redskins.
How old are you, Kerri?
25.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
25. That's right, baby.
25. Look,
She said that. I almost believe it. Wait a minute.
now, Tanya, you was at my 40th. Fab and fabulous. 90s throwback birthday party, but
Kerri,
I'm
you
still
said that with
25.
confidence, girl.
Listen, I was gonna say I was 29, but I feel like I need to say I'm 23 or something. I'm just saying.
Good morning, Carla, Jazz, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. But I know I'm a mess. But no, and my son told me, so I just kind of did this little undercut last week. He said, "Mom, you look like somebody's auntie." I said, "No, honey, I am a proud mother of 2. Okay, I can be
You
fly
better pull them
and sassy.
together, Kerri, okay?
Let's not get it mixed up.
Listen, let's not get it.
On God's good Sunday.
come
Let's not
on.
get it mixed up. So,
Kerri, tell us about you, girl. She's so
I know. I just suddenly went off on a tangent. So, at any rate, I started in sports and just enjoyed it. Interviewing coaches, players, sideline reporting. I worked at NBC in New York City, and I was a freelance sports reporter. I covered the Knicks. And then when I came to Georgia after having my first child, my Jalen, my sunshine, I worked for Comcast Sports Southeast. Okay. Alongside, at the time, Jamie Dukes, who's now on the NFL Network, Matt Chernoff, and a few other guys. Wow. And as a television freelance reporter, actress, what have you, if you're familiar with the industry, there's a lot of uncertainty. Yeah. And being a single mom, and we need to talk about that single mom term too.
Come on.
Yes.
Because people get it
Come
mixed
on,
up.
Kerri.
Single mother does not mean that the father's not present,
Yes.
that he's not active in your child's life,
Good.
that he's not participating, that he doesn't contribute. I am very blessed. My children's dads are wonderful. But I am a single mom because at 2 o'clock in the morning, my child wakes up and they're sick and they need to go to Children's Health Care of Atlanta. I got to take them.
Okay. You do, mother.
So we want to make that clear. Single motherhood is being the only parent in the home with the children, physical custody, as
That's
a physical custodian, if you will.
Yes.
So, but at any rate, I did that and I realized that it was very challenging because of the uncertainty with television and not knowing how the income's coming in and my faith was wavering. It was wavering.
Come on now, Kerri.
So I've been blessed to always have a sales job coincide with that. It allows me to stay abreast. I love doing that as well, but also meeting the needs of what my family needs. Fast forward, I've gone through a couple of relationships that didn't work out. Got with my daughter's father after 8 years, decided to relocate to Maryland for a couple of years. So I rented my house out, uprooted my son, and made a lot of different changes in my life to make this work because I wanted to be married. And I thought that that's what God had intended for me. And that's what I felt. But a lot of times, not just as women, as people, we neglect and we ignore the quote-unquote red flags, right? Wow. We feel them, and we know it, and it's present. It's just as red as your shirt, yours and yours too. And we say, no, we can, that's not really what was going on here. And we do what we want to do. So with doing what you want to do out of order comes consequences.
You better say that again.
Right.
Doing what you want to do out of order, what?
It results in consequences. Being good, bad, and different. Now, I've always been a risk taker. When I graduated from college, I moved to LA. 2 weeks later. I'm my mother's only child, okay? Packed up, moved to LA. Listen. It was like, I got to live. You know what I mean? Like, I got some things to do.
And her mom is a sweetheart, y'all.
Yes. Hey,
so
Mom.
humble. I love it.
If Mom's watching or not.
Yeah,
but my mother.
She's real, too. That's what I love
that's
about
part
her.
2,
Man.
3, 4, and 5.
But you need that as well, Kerri, in your life for balance, too.
Oh,
that's
my
the good
goodness.
thing
Without my
that.
mother, let me just say, my mother moved to Georgia. She left Jersey, which she was a casino dealer for 30 years. I won't mention the name of the property she worked for because the name is banned in the house. But she was there for 30 years. Moved here when I went through my trials and tribulations after coming back from Maryland, being gone for a couple of years, and has truly been so rock solid. My mom is that ride or die mom.
I do know. I met Mama.
Yes.
Kerri, but
Yes.
listen, we gotta come
Okay.
right back.
No, this is
No,
so
this
good.
is good.
Oh my God.
Kerri, and I was just letting you go on and on and on.
I get
We
off
over
on
here
a
leaving.
tangent. You gotta keep me on the straight
Stay
down.
tuned, y'all. We coming right back.
Keep it live.
Yes.
Man.
Okay, now y'all can talk to whoever y'all talk to.
Hey,
We on the radio.
Do not leave. Do not leave.
morning,
Stay
Mr.
tuned.
Lee.
This
Good
is
morning,
amazing.
everybody.
Amazing.
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Family and friends from all over. I love y'all. I also want to say thank you to my auntie Diane, my auntie Avery. Thank y'all for y'all support and tuning in. My little cousin Nicole, I don't know if she's on this morning, but I want to thank you for your support. My cousin Nicole has been my angel on earth, and I really appreciate everything. Also, to Tabitha Kearney, if she's watching, I love you so much. You wouldn't even understand. So it is true that you can have angels on earth. And to you and my cousin Nicole, I want to say thank y'all so much. I love y'all for allowing me even this opportunity for some stuff y'all have blessed my life. So I just want to say I love y'all, and I'm going somewhere. I'm taking y'all with me. I'm telling you, my cousin Nicole, I love you, and I love all my cousins. They are beautiful, and everybody represent me in a different way and love me on a different way. But wow, Nicole, you have been my angel on earth. If you're listening this morning, I don't know, my baby up this morning. But to everybody out there, my listeners, I want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for following me and tuning in. And you guys don't forget to share, okay? Share. I love you all.
Thank you so much.
I probably like she like Lil Ray. That's why my
Good
baby
morning.
Ray.
I'm so happy to be back. I'm so excited again.
That's right, Carla. Representing for the single moms as
I
always.
miss you too, Tanya. I miss you too. Everybody, I had to go home for my family.
There is nothing wrong with being a single mother. I will tell you right now. Don't
We're
ever
gonna
feel
keep moving
ashamed
and trusting
about
God.
being a single mom.
Okay. And listen, this one was fight for me. I'm a crybaby.
They cracking up. They like she's like crying. I go off, but I'm telling you, we really this is a 7-part series.
Like that.
Renee.
Listen, right here. Look at Ray Ray. Listen, we so glad my Ray Ray is back. My little sister told me to show you this. We talked about
She said that they
Oh my Lord, and that's
like us to come on the set because we I want you to meet
okay, higher in the studio. Not leave. I'm telling
down
you,
early.
you dress for church.
She was like, that goes to cousin Junior. She be getting us together. I'm serious. She said because
I love
You know.
the t-shirt. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's amazing because this week that was my scripture. The Philippians 4:13 is everything. We really get in our head that we can do nothing without Christ. And then when I'm supposed to, I know it's not easy, but I know I can handle it.
30 seconds, ladies.
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
We're almost back on the air, guys. We're back
All right.
on.
Yes, I am using
I don't even
Facebook Live as
remember
a
where I
mirror.
left
I'm
off.
sorry.
I love y'all.
It's just so much.
We're about to go on, guys.
It's all good. Just you fall right in.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Vision 105.1 FM radio.
Yay,
Thank y'all for
good
tuning
morning.
in. We are having an awesome time. And also, I want to say thank you to my beautiful sis over there, Roslyn. Say hi, Roslyn. Thank you so much.
I'm so humble and honored, y'all, and sleepy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sleepy.
Well, you looking good to be sleepy, you and Kerri. Talking about they sleep. We look like they look
Always
good.
sleepy before 10 o'clock. Always.
Yes.
It was date night last night.
Oh.
Renee was like,
Ooh, let's go back to that.
sometimes we were in the middle of whatever. What? Nay, it's like midnight. I don't usually sleep by 9 too.
Oh my
That's
God.
why we appreciate you.
Thank you. I would
Just
have
getting
no
up.
way. I said, Bobby, we gotta get up early. We gotta get up real early.
And listen, we're going to talk more about that later.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
So y'all, let's get back to my girl, Kerri J in the
J.
house. Come on now. Hey! Kerri J,
don't play on
it's
a
your day.
Look, we got bars up in here. What? I keep bars, okay?
As anybody that grew up with me, I stay with the bars. That's what we do in my house.
Kerri J, yeah. On that
From
note,
the zone.
we're going to get together. We're going to do a little rap videos later on.
That's all Jersey.
From the
Kerri.
zone. Yes, honey.
Look beautiful. We were talking about relationship, and you were
Yes.
talking about relationship. You said that you were in a relationship and you lost yourself, and a lot of us women do. And after going through so much, you found Kerri.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Glory be to God.
Tell them, people.
You forget sometimes who you are. And as women, we are tasked with so many responsibilities, right? We're expected to do it all. And most of us do. I know for me, I have a lot of, I'm sorry, is that better?
Yes.
I have a ton of successful girlfriends
Yes.
who are wives, mothers, career-oriented, community activists. We're just expected to do so much. And not always that the expectation comes from the outside, but it's from within. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves.
Yes.
So when we do everything and it doesn't work out, a lot of women are afraid to admit that they failed.
Wow.
And for me personally, like I told you, I'm a risk taker. I like to live.
Come on,
I don't ever want to look back at an opportunity and say woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Wow.
I want to know
Thank you for
that,
Kerri.
you know, the saying, better to have loved than to never have loved at all. And I really believe that, and I've always lived by that. But I went through this period of time where I was just so steadfast that this was it. This was the relationship. This is what God intended for me. And when I look back on it, I was so out of order.
Man.
How could that have worked out anyway? I was setting myself up.
Wow.
I really was.
Kerri, a lot of women don't admit that. Wow.
I mean, I was
Carry
really
on.
sad. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I can do this. I can do that. Think about it. To relocate, to rent your house out. So now I'm a landlord. I had a son who was thriving, and I never forget when I had my emotional breakdown, one of them, during that period of time, how I was so grateful that my son never once did he feel what I was going through. He still maintained straight A's. He still did
Kerri.
everything that he was supposed to do. And until this day, he doesn't remember or know all of what I was feeling or I was going through. I had a new baby. My professional life was in shambles. And usually in life, if the personal is going well, the professional's not, or vice versa. Mine was a
speak to us,
complete
Kerri.
storm. I mean, I had the personal trickle into the professional, couldn't figure out what was going on, and I dropped to my knees. I will never forget when I moved out from my living with my ex-fiance at the time. 30 days before the wedding, I canceled it. I had a dress, invitations went out. I was 3 months pregnant with my daughter, and you wouldn't have known had I not told you.
Yeah, that pride.
Man.
They wouldn't have dropped
would've
that.
kept
They would
going.
just went through.
Let me tell you,
Come
that
on,
pastor
Kerri.
said to me, he said, I give you all the credit in the world to be able to call something off like this. I
Come
know
on,
a lot of
Kerri.
women that would not have been able to do
Kerri,
it.
they.
And it hurt. It hurt.
Wow,
because
yes.
I had made all these sacrifices and changes in my life,
Yes.
but I did it all wrong. I did it all wrong. So fast forward, and I know I get off a little bit on a tangent, but when I dropped down to my knees and I prayed to God and I knew that this was it and things had to change, I said, God, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but I know that my professional, and my personal, it's just nothing's working right now.
Wow.
I promise you that if you give me a sign, I said, and if you get me back to television, listen to this, I will trust you to be my provider.
Kerri.
Remember when I told
Yes.
y'all
Speak. Yes.
10 years or however many years before that when I was on the television show, I wasn't trusting that I could provide a way because of the uncertainty, right, with TV. I got on my knees. I said, God, I'm telling you, I'm giving it to you. I'm trusting that you will be my provider and you will handle this. If you would just give me just one more chance.
Just one more.
The next day, maybe not the next day, maybe 2 days later, I received a letter from the landlord of the condo because I moved out of his house and had to go rent a condo, and I had a house back here in Georgia. You know I was pissed. I said, wait, we all up in this bedroom, and I got a bunch of bedrooms back in Georgia? Something is not right here, okay?
Yes.
So I'm telling you, the landlord sent me a letter and said, Kerri, unfortunately, we need to sell the property. My husband is sick. So you can either buy it, but we wouldn't be able to re-rent it for another year. That was my sign from God. My mom said, go back to your house.
Man.
Go back to your house. I said, but Mom, I don't have a job back in Georgia. Go back to your house. And that's why I'm such an advocate for home ownership. Because that's part 8 of the series, okay?
Come on, completion.
You talking about a foundation? Oh, my house. It's more. It's not the physical. It's not the physical. It was the foundation. It was there when I felt like I didn't have nothing else. I came back to Georgia. I cried the entire 10-hour drive. And my girlfriend, shout out, I don't think she's watching, Danielle Davis, who lives in Dallas, Texas, who suffers from a debilitating irritable bowel disease.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's
Flew in from Dallas, Texas. We rented a truck, and my homegirl came and packed me up. I found some guys on the street that I paid $200 to put that stuff in the truck. Me and my baby, my daughter, because my son was with his godparents up in New York, drove here, and I cried the entire way. And when I got back to my house and that garage went up, it was like the weight of the world. Now, mind you, I couldn't see around the corner. I had maybe 3-4 months worth of savings. You know, everybody say make sure you keep your 3 months. I had car notes, mortgage, student loans. Didn't know what I was going to do with Corey, my daughter, as far as child care. It was a lot, but that cliche one day at a time is so real.
Wow, I say that all the time.
What a difference a day makes, 24 little hours. I'm serious. One day at a time got me through it. And then my mom moved here. I got really, really entrenched in my acting career, kind of rebuilding because I had only been known for being on Sports Night, right? So we're talking journalism communications opposed to scripted work. But no corporate jobs, which was paying my bills. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Praise be to God. President Obama came out with the Home Safe Georgia program.
Wow.
My president.
That's right.
Still. Oh, Lord. Listen, say what you want about him. I'm forever grateful to President Obama. So
I love it.
It just all came together. You know what I mean? It just all came together. And once I stopped blaming my ex for what failed, once I stopped saying, you know what, he did this, he didn't keep it on his promises, he didn't keep that. I said, stop. That man ain't put a gun onto your head. He didn't make you do anything.
Come on, Kerri.
Okay, you in my business.
It literally,
I'm telling you.
I'm serious. We have to take responsibility for our own actions and the things that we do. And it's not until you can really look at yourself and say, wow, I did that all out of order. And I know better. I knew I was not supposed to move up to Maryland unless there was a wedding date set already.
But Kerri, I know we're having a ball, we're laughing about this, but this is really serious.
No,
it is some bitter, scarred women that's still on the past from 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. So when you say that, wow.
I'm telling you, when you forgive yourself for the things that you've done,
Come on now.
The other person, it doesn't even, yes, don't get me wrong, I'm not letting him off the hook, you know.
Of course.
But I can't blame him for decisions that I made for myself. I just can't do that. And once I got past that point and I forgave myself, now remember, my Jalen, my first child, that was my exception baby, meaning born out of wedlock. I tell him he was the best surprise ever. I kid you not. Listen.
We love you, Jalen.
The best surprise ever. He knows, because we talk, and I'm real with my kids.
Yes.
As real as I can be, you know, without tarnishing them. I want them to still be positive and be able to have a positive outlook on life. But I couldn't believe I did it again with my daughter. And it was so much of me wanting to be married to make sure that I did not have a kid out of wedlock again.
Yes.
My mother didn't care. My mom thought highly of me. Everybody, it wasn't about it was about the pressures I was putting on myself. So I'm going back to us as women feeling like we have to be perfect. We have to be able to do everything at one time, and it has to be right. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to stop and say, I failed at that. Let me regroup. Let me take a step back. Let me regroup. And let me get back into me. So when I talk about the relationship, although it probably was one of my, I won't even say worse, because my daughter came out of it.
Yes.
And I came back out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I realized when I got out of that relationship and I got back into me, how I wasn't listening to my music anymore. When I got back into my house, girl, I had the speakers blasting. I was like, yes. It was like, Mary, look, like Kerri J.Baldwin. It was
Kerri
like,
J.Baldwin.
but you don't think about those things.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, I had my colors in my house where we were living. The walls was white. Stuff like that matters, because I'm an energy person, right? So when you filter out and you try to think that this is where you're supposed to be, and you tell yourself one thing and the energy is just combating what's, you gotta listen to you. You have to trust yourself. And thanks to acting as well, getting back into my craft, one of the things as actors, we have to be able to feel. We're very sensitive people, so we have to be able to evoke emotion that really doesn't exist based on dialogue.
Yes. And Kerri, what you saying all that, we gonna be right back.
Hey, Katrina.
Y'all keep it locked.
Yes.
Y'all see what's going down here?
Everybody, I'm so excited. Like, Kerri is
We got
keeping
amazing
up, ladies. Do y'all understand what she's saying? We're gonna have her back on too. We're gonna have Kerri J back on to talk to y'all, ladies. We're gonna do stuff out too as well in the open. So yeah, but it's going down here, y'all. On Let's Get Personal with Latanya Light. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna have even a great show next week. Yes, I love you all. Keep growing. We have one.
We jamming in here. Look, we jamming in here with Kerri J.Baldwin. Kerri J.Baldwin.
Kerri J.Baldwin.
What? She got bars.
Good morning. I really do. I mean, I really do. I'm around.
Okay, so don't. Okay, so like I can sing the hook.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, y'all.
I spit bars.
Listen, y'all see what's going down? There might be a collaboration, okay? There may be a collaboration.
People, somebody got that. Somebody was blessed by that. My baby niece is on here. Where she go? Brianna's on here. You can't see her. She's on this young lady. Ryan is they took a mother, but she at the time was very present. She needed to hear that. I know you need to hear that, Brianna. You can hear it in your thumbs up.
There's nothing wrong with being a single mom. I can't wait to talk about it. Tanya, what size you in? In a t-shirt? What size you in a t-shirt?
Medium on
There she is. There she is.
You got a medium.
Good morning, Brianna. Two mediums.
Go green.
You keep doing it. Two mediums.
And let me see
name is. We actually have brother Paul here. What size are you all? What size you take?
Keep it pushing, baby.
3X.
We have a 3X
We got
now.
chapter 2, 3, 4. You might as well get your camera ready. You might have one.
This is the 8-hour series.
You know what? Maybe Kerri want to come in and visit on the
Day.
I'm not gonna be here that weekend.
What's the weekend? Wait. What size I wear? T-shirt. Oh, y'all's going down. T-shirt. Extra large.
Extra large. So we have.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. If Mel is tuned in, I want to say good morning, Mel. I love you. I'm so proud of you as well.
Extra large. 3X. Extra large.
If my girl Mel is on listening this morning, I want to say good morning, Mel. I love you, and Big Sis is so proud of you, honey. I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Tatiana Light, Latanya Light, to my son Rodney, Roderick, Parvez. I love y'all so much. I wouldn't able to do all of this if it wasn't for my children. It keeps me wanting to keep living and going. Thank you all to all
my new
5
sister
children.
right here.
I love y'all so much.
We have more stuff that we're going to be doing together.
And hey, also I want to give a shout out to my big brother Ronald Etheridge, Joshua Etheridge.
Oh my God.
Thank y'all so much. My mommy. I just want to thank you all for really pushing me. I love y'all.
All right. Put your information on here, Takesha. I'll put her site on there. But okay, she's also going to be on the show. She's amazing. She's dopeness too. I'm excited. Good morning. Look, Kiosha said good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Kiosha.
Listen.
Hi, Kiosha. We love y'all, baby.
And listen,
Thank you for tuning in too.
Thank you soon, really soon.
Yeah.
Kiosha, we're going to save the Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday. It's another day for y'all. It's another day. You woke up this morning. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's another day to fulfill purpose. Oh my God. Do y'all get that? Like, don't hold on to the past. Don't do that. You gotta move forward. Let it go. Didn't I tell you
I'm scared of what you got.
No.
Love your crib. I make sure I got your address.
What you say?
You hit me up. DM me.
No, I said I want to post something for you.
And I will let the co-host Renee know that she is beautiful and that Renee.
Listen, this is all up in my business.
Kerri,
You know I love you.
beautiful.
Kerri, don't give me that sexy. When I tell you stories, but you know what the biggest thing is? That women we don't have to say that we can't.
Okay, I'm sitting.
Wait,
All the rhinestones are on.
That's true.
Because you say you go to church with me.
You gave me that for my life story. Girl, you gave me a bag.
Give it her.
listen, look.
All right, guys, we're
All right, we're going back on, people.
Hi, 1 second.
I didn't know. You want y'all to.
Okay, good, awesome.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Here you go.
Come on with the card.
Welcome back, you guys, to Vision 105.1 FM radio. Well, let's get personal with Latanya. Like, you guys, we have had an awesome time. But the time, we're getting to the hour.
Gosh,
I told you.
Ray and
Hard
Renee,
series.
did you ladies want to ask Kerri anything? We just been letting Kerri just take the show today. We just been so excited.
I run my mouth too much.
listen, you
You're
have
doing
blessed,
a great job,
I'm
Kerri.
literally, you have blessed my entire life. What I'm going to take from the show today, like seriously, where I'm in that place right now. I'm a risk taker, and my relationships, because y'all know I ain't scared. Talking about somebody.
Yep.
Decisions that I've made in relationships. I've learned a lot with failed relationships.
Yep.
Yes.
And the
Those are
thing
the best
is,
ones.
come on.
Those are the
Yes.
best ones.
And this last situation, man, you would have thought it should
Come
take
on,
me
sis.
out. I shouldn't be smiling right now. But let me tell you something. All I see is forward. And I'm not afraid to say that it failed. But life goes on. I got to move forward. And I'm learning from my relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
But I got life to live. I got things to do. So ain't no stopping.
And it's a testimony.
Yeah, ooh.
That's right.
It's a testimony.
Somebody
I mean, I was supposed to be saving this for Jimmy Kimmel, but hey,
Somebody needed today.
Hey, we got a first Jimmy Kimmel.
Let's get personal with my girl. Because I'm telling you, 2 years ago, she talked to me about this very moment. And I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. There is nothing more exciting than seeing people. I always say slow but steady wins the race. Sometimes you're in a situation and you may not see it, you feel it, but that's when faith takes over. So I'm so proud of you that we are here doing what you told me to do 2 years ago.
Shout
I'm
out.
so proud of you.
Yes.
I am.
I love you. Don't even
I am.
start. It's gonna be hard and stuff. I lift weights, y'all. This girl got me crying.
You know my baby too.
What?
You know what? So with that being said, I really don't even have any questions. I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for being transparent. And yeah, we gotta have that.
Yeah.
Listen, we gotta have that.
We
part
had a lot to say, you guys.
you
Kerri is
love
coming
me.
back
6 and
on,
7.
ladies.
You love me or you hate
really.
me.
Yes,
I'm
that's what I was
one of those
doing.
people
Say
that, you know, I keep it as real as I can keep it, especially if you deserve it.
Yes.
That's another thing with going through trials and tribulations and maturation, is you know where to spend your time and who's deserving of it and who needs to
Say
hear it.
it.
And I tell people say to me all the time, why are you single? You're beautiful, you got it going on, you're successful, you do that. I said, instead of asking me why am I single, why not think, you know what, she's a smart woman.
Okay.
Maybe she knows and she needs to sit still.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay? Because if it ain't right, I don't want it.
Man.
It's really that simple. If it's not right, I don't. If it does not fit into the spectrum of what I got, I'm busy. When I leave here, I got to go to Georgia Gymnastics Academy. My daughter is a competitive gymnast. Last 2 weeks ago, she was first all around in her level. She's the youngest on the team. My son had homecoming last night. He plays football and basketball as an honor
Kerri is
student.
involved, y'all. I mean,
And,
I see her.
You
all
know,
the time.
I'm a working actress. I'm a pharmaceutical sales rep, calling on gastroenterologists who treat people with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis.
Come on.
So, you know,
Come on, multiple
I don't have
streams.
time for nonsense.
Listen.
If it's not right, I don't want it.
So
not right,
Kerri,
that's right.
Kerri, wait a minute.
That's
Oh, I
right.
love my baby so much. Kerri, what do you have coming up?
Oh my gosh. So
Really quick.
it's actually been slow. Well, I shouldn't say slow. I've been auditioning a lot. Slow as far as bookings. What people don't really know about the industry as it pertains to actors and actresses, a lot of what we do, y'all don't see. Right? It's the behind the scenes stuff. It's
Yes.
the auditioning. It's the preparation. I had about 4 or 5 auditions this week. So, God willing, I
Bless
would say,
you. Yes,
God willing,
yes,
if it be
Lord.
His will, I'll be able to come back, part 2, part 3, part 4, and talk more
Kerri,
about
we're
some of it.
definitely having you back on because, I mean,
Man.
that was real. Everything
But,
you were saying, I mean, that's why I just let her take over.
Man, like
Go
seriously,
ahead, Ray.
Very inspirational. You know, I think the listeners needed to hear that as far as that you went through so much, but you ended up at the end being okay. And it takes that. That's what it takes in order for you to be able to be strong and get through it. You have to have something to go through.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yes.
amazing to see how
Absolutely.
far you've come.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you.
Yeah,
But
as a
the grace
single
of
mother,
God.
that's right. Always.
Yes, and single moms. Let me talk about the single mom thing real quick. Because every single mom I know, their kids are thriving. I got one of my girlfriends
Come
on here
on.
right now. I'm going to send a shout out to Shay. Listen, I'm telling you, do not allow society to dictate your way or tell you what you can and what you won't do. Because I'll put my kids up against any two-parent household and sit back and let y'all see how it's going down.
Come on.
And that's the God's honest truth. Single parenthood is not what some people deem it to be. You know, I've had people tell me, oh, you're not a single mom. Their fathers, you know, are involved and they help with child support. You go understand what it means to be a single parent and then come talk to me about it. Okay?
Man, one thing. Where can they find you on social media?
Yeah,
like, how can they get in
Kerri
contact?
I don't have a lot of followers. Look,
Kerri J.
I don't have a lot of followers at all. Because if it's one like or no likes, I like it. I like it. But it will be nice to meet some new people. So on Instagram, I'm Kerri is Very. But it's KerriSbery, and the same on Twitter. I'm not really big into Twitter. I probably need to get more into it. Facebook's a little bit more intimate for me. I don't have a whole lot of friends because I share a lot of other things. But I am a transparent person, and anybody that I can encourage, inspire, share something that may be helpful as they journey through this thing called life, I'm always open and willing to do so. And my Facebook actor page is Kerri J. So, yeah.
Awesome. We need you back on, Kerri.
I would love to come back on.
Awesome. This is I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about everything that's happening. And guess what? We're going to be doing more things together.
Yes.
We even have plans with Let's Get Personal with Latanya to have once a month a meeting. And we're hoping that Kerri J.Baldwin is going to be so you're going to have an opportunity, guys, to be able to share with us once a month and powerful women, men coming together. We're not going to tell all the little secrets, just like today. We have our guest, Rosalind, in the building, and she's going to be representing her business. We're going to talk about that. I don't know. Can we talk about that now?
Yeah, and then also, Renee, I want you to let the people know out there that's listening, all our listeners everywhere, what's going to start happening new with people coming in, and if they want to market their show.
So if you want to be like Rosalind, you guys,
there her is.
Listen, all of our listeners, she is our guest in the studio today. So what we're getting ready to do, we need you to go to Let's Get Personal with Latanya right? If you want to be a guest and you want to be able to share about your business, and we'll give you more details. Again, go to Facebook and go to Let's Get Personal with Latanya message us, inbox us. We'll get back to you. If you want to be a guest and you want to shout out your business and you want to be a part of the show, we want you to do that. We're going to tell you how you can. So I'm telling you, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. We don't want you to miss it. So we want Rosalind to share who she is briefly and about her business and where you can find her.
Yes.
After and we're gonna we come back, y'all. You see these people put me on the spot, boy. I was scared for a minute, y'all. I was scared.
You got a lot of love.
I was scared, but I made it happen, y'all. I did it. They was like looking at me like, we gotta go to break. We gotta go to break. Look, bye, sissy. I love her so much. She's a part of my foundation. I appreciate it. Oh, look at Sandy. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Andrea. Wait, I didn't meet Andrea in the church. Yeah. Hey, Andrea. Yes. Y'all, this is so crazy. This is you know what's crazy is how Rosalind, I met her in 8th grade. Oh my God. Like, she's been a part of my life since 8th grade. Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was nice.
Okay, so she's 28 and I'm 27. How about that?
I know.
What's amazing is how God kept us connected and look at where our parents are going. Yes, this is real relationship, y'all. And we're going all the way. I need you guys to support. I need you guys to share the show on Sundays. Even we're hoping that we'll be able to have people call in. Like, oh my God, we're going all the way. Like, recording all the way. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. Stay tuned in.
Stay tuned. They may find
stuff like
Vision Radio 105.com. And you can actually listen live. But some people are listening like live. Are you tapping your address? Oh, hi, Toya. Look, Toya, you probably don't even remember.
Go home and go to sleep. Girl, we gotta do Netflix week today. Go home and go to sleep.
She needs all this right here. Taking that.
I do. I really do. Yeah. I get it in sometimes. That's the thing about having a sales. When I'm on audition or find out my sales job, I can.
Listen, and that brush is fresh, baby. Her brush is fresh, okay? And I will tell her I want her to tell me, okay?
Okay, yeah. I only had that one word. I think we have
another picture of it. Yeah, okay.
Take a picture of it?
Yes. Okay. You guys go to Let's Get Personal with the one you like. Go to our page if you want to be a guest. Or if you have any announcements, or if you have a book, or if you have anything that they want us to share on the show. Listen, we're all over. So,
all right, guys, we're about to go on.
I'll see you.
Yeah, I'm going to call you.
With some love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please do. Please do.
Kerri, I love you.
Come give me a hug. I know you got to carry up. Hi, honey. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
I got to get your information.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. See y'all soon.
Have a good day. Hey. Yeah, she knows I love you, Spring. Hey, Spring.
Guys, we're about to go on.
Good morning, love. Oh, look. I'm having, is this nice?
About to go on, guys.
Jerry said we're glad you're Brenda's friend. Thank you, Jesus, for the fresh breath. Come on here.
All right.
Oh, my Lord, I forgot I was singing. I wasn't there.
Welcome back, everyone, to Vision 105.1 FM radio, to Let's Get Personal with Latanya Light and my co-hosts Renee and Ray. You guys, we are approaching the hour, but it has been a great show. And I want to come to our girl, Rosalind. She's been sitting so sweet and patient over there.
I'm receiving my blessings.
Rosalind.
I came for the blessings.
Rosalind. We're going to have you on, too, for, like, your own show to talk to you about some things. Yeah. But today, you guys, she has been so nice.
Yes.
It's just love.
So now it's your time. We want to hear about your business, Roz.
Yeah, really, to make a long story short, my business is about relationships. About a year and a half ago, someone who loves me and was poured into me knew that I was running around, too, trying to work a 9-to-5, be a mother to 3 children. And, you know, it's hard to be a mother and work 9 to 5. It's just hard. It's hard to be anybody, I think, in this country nowadays and working 9 to 5. You just never know.
Yes,
Monday may not
Rosalind.
be there. So she poured into me. I'm going to give her some shout out, Miss Beverly.
Hey, Miss Beverly.
And she said, you know what, you need to own your business, which I had been thinking about forever. I knew that seed was planted a long time ago. And so really through Planet Marketing, who was started by Donald Bradley, a man of God, this is really kingdom building. And I remember when I was praying about a business, I said, Lord, I don't want to work with nobody, though. I don't want to have a business if it's not going to glorify you and if it's not going to help me build relationships and pour into people who need it. And that's exactly what's been happening. Planet Marketing is a travel company. It's a network marketing business. And through this company, I was able to start my own travel business, which is IntelliTravel. And you can hit me up on Facebook if you want to know more about it, because it's really more in depth. It's about building you up and helping you see this world and make money doing it.
So, Roz, real quick, because we're getting close to the end of time, can you tell them where they can hit you up on Facebook?
Yes.
If you want to travel, you want her to book you
a
trip.
Help you learn about the business.
Yes.
The easiest way right now, for sake of time, is to hit me up on Facebook. Roz Ginger, R-O-Z, Ginger, the Spice.
Come on, Ginger,
I like that.
But don't get it twisted. She is married to the wonderful Mr. Joseph Bryant. So yes, hit me up, inbox me, and I would be glad to share this information with you all. But it's really about kingdom building. It's blessing people all over this world, y'all. We are worldwide with this. And I'm telling you, Mr. Bradley's vision was to build us up that people need to have their own source of income.
Yes.
If you work a 9 to 5 and you love it, awesome, but you need another source of income. And Planet Marketing helps you get there. It helps you get there. And unfortunately, so many times, many of us in our communities, people of color, we get left behind in the money line.
Come on.
This
we don't want to get left
don't get
behind
left
no
behind. This
don't wanna be
business
left
is
behind,
about
guys.
making sure you don't. So
Awesome.
I encourage you, hit me up on Facebook and we're going to take it from there. Questions, if I can help you book a trip, just let me know.
Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for having me. I love y'all. This is amazing.
We love you more, honey.
Oh, it's over.
It's almost over. Ray, what you got to say? Wait, Ray got something to say. What you got to say powerful to us today before we leave?
I have a powerful quote for you today,
I love it.
and it's actually by Coco Chanel.
All right.
Okay,
That's my favorite perfume.
I know. So beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself.
Oh, that's
Love
good.
that. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. Wow. Ending on that note, I want to thank all my guests that came here today. I want to thank the owner, my producer, Pastor Owen Wallace. I want to thank my co-hosts, Renee and Ray. I love you guys so much.
We love you.
And I want you guys to know, if no one has told you today, I love you. God love you all. And have a wonderful day.
Hey, see you guys next Sunday.